This is Bruce Boudreau, head coach of the Vancouver Canucks, and it's time for Clay's Canucks commentary live. Let's go with Clay right now.
Hey Canucks fans, and welcome to Clay's Canucks commentary live, presented to you by Van City Experts Real Estate. I am Canuck Clay, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take. It is indeed CCC Live for Tuesday night, October the 11th. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. Moderators, members, thank you in advance. And of course, to all of you, no matter where you're watching from, whether you're in my beautiful neighborhood of Steveston and Richmond, in the city, Lower Mainland, country, continent, or around the world, thank you for being here. I do not take you for granted. So as we get going, like the video, like the fact that we wake up tomorrow morning and it is Canucks game day. You can like the fact that Brock Besser back to his rightful spot on the top line, which we predicted last night, and that Quinn Hughes is indeed practicing with the team. So regardless of whatever you're happy for, grateful for, as we come out of Thanksgiving weekend, like the stream, and I appreciate that you're here. And as always, I invite you to subscribe if you haven't subscribed, so you can leave comments. I invite you to consider becoming a member or upgrade your membership. I invite you to like this video. I invite you to leave donations. And actually, I think this is, I saw a donation even before I got in here. Yes, Carol says, "Hi Clay, this is for you to buy yourself a pop and watch the first game. Have a great one." Well, thank you, Carol. Let's give Carol some love already. Leaving this donation 17 minutes even before I got in here. So thank you, Carol. I appreciate you very much. I appreciate your loyalty. Yes, and you can always gift memberships to others as well. And if you're listening on your favorite podcast platform, thank you for doing that as well. And make sure that you rate and review the podcast. So thanks everyone for being here. I just realized that my mic is completely off center, so I will move that right now. Here we go. And as usual, I will go for the first half of the show, and then I'll turn it over to you. And I want to talk about a couple of specific things tonight as we look ahead to tomorrow. So once again, like this video. There are 30 of you in here, which is great, but only 6 likes. So hopefully we can get those likes up. NHL season technically started last week with the 2 games in Prague between the Nashville Predators and the San Jose Sharks. And then there are 2 games tonight with the Rangers defeating the Tampa Bay Lightning 3-1 and the Vegas Golden Knights beating the LA Kings. And we are interested in that game, especially because those are 2 Pacific Division opponents. And in that one, it was the Vegas Golden Knights coming out ahead 4-3. But we're thankful that that game ended in regulation and not in extra time. And just incredible. Look at this. I can't put it up on the screen because my program doesn't allow me to, but Justin just gifted 5 memberships. That is very generous. That's the equivalent of a $25 donation. So let's give some love to Justin and welcome new members: Hockey Fan 44, JT Miller, Duffman, Kevin Choi, and Adam Lee. I think a few of those people have been members before, so hopefully I can get them to convince them to stay. So once again, Justin, thank you, and welcome to 5 new members. That is amazing stuff. Well, we can tell people are in a really good mood. So I'm going to talk about a couple of things real quick, and then I'll turn it over to you. First, whether it's I don't know what you call it, a sad note or a more reflective note. Many of you saw my posts either on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or on YouTube itself, that today is the 18th anniversary of my dad's death. My awesome father, Larry, he was the one who taught me how to be a Canucks fan. I have fond memories of listening to Jim Robson and Tom Larscheid on CKNW, because that was back in the day when not all of the games were televised, of course. So it was a wonderful memory of my dad, my brother, and me listening to all the games on CKNW, just lying on my parents' bed and enjoying that time together. And many of you reached out and left really nice messages for me, either on Twitter or on YouTube, and I really appreciate you taking the time to do so. And yeah, of course I miss him. It's been 18 years now. It was 2004. He passed away on a golf course, Burnaby Mountain Golf Course in the 17th hole. and his best friend was there with him, thank goodness, but tried to revive him but couldn't. Found out that he had 3 blocked arteries. He had 3 blocked arteries, completely blocked, and but he had no clue because he wasn't regularly going to the doctor. So needless to say, a very sad day. Made sure that both my mom and my wife Gail were on me to make sure that I was getting checked out regularly. So yeah, on this day, yeah, and admittedly at work and even at bowling today, you notice this is the first Tuesday in 5 weeks I'm not wearing my bowling shirt. I had to record another video for someone else, actually, a cameo type video, and then I didn't want to take the shirt off because I bowled so bad, but I bowled pretty bad today. I bowled pretty badly today and got swept, unfortunately. And I just felt a little bit out of sorts. So hopefully I won't be out of sorts for the next half an hour or so. And then I have my prayer hour at my church. So yeah, so thank you for listening to all that. It's it's always a tough day, and I it's tough for me, but I also think of my mom especially, who who's had to live as a widow for the past 18 years. I want to acknowledge real quick, Jay says today is the 13th death anniversary of a childhood friend and later in life roommate of mine, Jamie. He was 26. I am sorry to hear that, Jamie. Jay, thanks for posting that. Okay, let's talk about happier stuff. The Canucks practice today. And good news. Brock Besser on an actual forward line. Quinn Hughes actually practicing, and then Ilya Mikheyev still wearing a non-contact jersey, but at least he is getting closer to playing. So this is how the Canucks lined up today. No surprise that we had Brock Besser going into the top line, bumping Hoglander down, and then bumping Karlsson/Klimovich out of the lineup. So this is how we think the Canucks are going to line up tomorrow. Miller between Pearson and Besser as your top line. Then Pettersson and Kuzmenko, that dynamic duo with Hoglander. Then a third line of Horvat, Garland, and Podkolzin. I really like that line. And then a fourth line of Niels Amon between Curtis Lazar and Dakota Joshua. The only thing that surprised me, not even a surprise, I wouldn't mind seeing Pettersson between Kuzmenko and Podkolzin, and then you go Horvat, Garland, and Hoglander. But I actually like the way these lines are spread out. And then once Mikheyev comes back, you think that he would take Hoglander's spot and then skate with Pettersson, Kuzmenko, because that's how they lined up in that first preseason game before Mikheyev got injured. So again, Miller, Besser, Pearson, Pettersson, Kuzmenko, Hoglander, Horvat, Garland, Podkolzin, Amon, Lazar, and Joshua. Then on D, you had Hughes with Shen. No surprise there. Oyel with Pullman. No surprise there. And then Stillman and Burrows with that gritty third pairing. Rathbone looks like he's going to be the extra. Of those guys. And then remember, the 3 main guys that are out are Dermott, Pullman, and Ilya Mikheyev. Then it was kind of interesting because when they went to the power play, even though Besser was back, Kuzmenko stayed on the top line. So Kuzmenko played with Miller, Horvat, Pettersson, and Hughes. So again, Kuzmenko with Miller, Pettersson, Horvat, and Hughes. And then the second unit was OEL as the quarterback. Besser on the left flank, where the one-timer spot where JT Miller is on the top unit. Pearson in the bumper, Hoglander on the right in Pettersson's spot, and then Connor Garland in front of the net. So no Podkolzin on this unit. I guess he's the only one of the top 9 that's not in there. So again, Kuzmenko, Miller, Petey, Horvat, and Hughes. Then Garland, Besser, Pearson, Hoglander, and OEL. So that's how the Canucks practice. And that's, I think, what we can expect to see in the game against Edmonton tomorrow. I want to acknowledge Lucas's donation. Anyone see the new Canucks team pup Rip? What a cute pup. Yes, a very, very cute dog indeed. Likely named after the late, great Rick Rippon. Very good. So I want to spend the last few minutes talking about my predictions for the year in terms of where the Canucks are going to finish. Now, last year, in the first 25 games under Travis Green, it wasn't great. It was 8, 15, and 2. And that, when you add it up, adds up to a whopping 18 points in the first 25 games. 18 points in the 25 games. I think extrapolated, let me check that. 18 divided by 25 times 82. Yeah, that is a 59 point pace. That's horrible. So under Travis Green, under the first 25 games, in the first 25 games under Travis Green, they were on a 59 point pace. Brutal. Then Bruce Boudreau comes in, and under Bruce Boudreau, they go 32, 15, and 10, because they won up the season 40, 30, and 12. So under Boudreau, they go 32, 15, and 10. 17 games over 500. So if you take the 17 games over 500 in a regular season, that's 99 points. That's a playoff team. But because he did it in only 2/3 of the season, they were actually on a 106 point pace, a points percentage of 649. 649, 650. So again, if you extrapolate last year's 2/3 of a season with Boudreau, you get to 106 points. If you say that Boudreau was 17 games over 500, then 17 games over 500 is 99 points. We're saying, Clay, where did the extra 7 points come from? It comes from playing another third of the season. So no matter how you slice it, under Bruce Boudreau, the Canucks were really good. They're a playoff caliber team. 17 games over 500, that means 99 points over a full season, or extrapolated to his winning percentage, it's a 106 point team. So I don't think anyone's predicting the Canucks to finish with 106 points. But when you hear 99 points, 17 games over 500, that's kind of where I'm pegging them for this season. You guys know, I've always said I'm guessing that it's 98 points. And 98 points will get you third place in the Pacific or the first of the two wildcard spots. But I'm even saying third place in the Pacific. You guys know that I think the Canucks will finish third. I think they'll finish behind the two Alberta teams. I don't care what order, Edmonton, Calgary, or Calgary, Edmonton. But I do think the Canucks can finish third. I know Vegas looked really good against LA tonight, but that's just one game. But still, I really like the Canucks' chances. And this is the way I break it down. 98 points, easy way to figure out, by the way, here's a hint. Easy way to figure out how many games over 500 that is, simply subtract 82 games. Because a 500 record, it's not actually equal wins and equal losses. A 500 record presumes 1 point in every game, 82 points in 82 games. So if I say to you that the Canucks are going to finish with 98 points, then that means you go 98 subtract minus 82 equals 16. That is 16 games over 500. And that's, remember, Boudreau was 17 games over 500 in the 55 games that he coached. So I think this is realistic. So I think they're going to finish at 98 points. And the way I get to that 16 games over 500 also is 44, 28, and 10. So 44 wins, 28 losses, and 10 extra time losses. 44 wins gets you 88 points plus 10. There's your 98. So that's an easy way to figure it out. Now, the Canucks last year ended up 40, 30, and 12. So I'm saying 44, 28, and 10. I'm saying 2 fewer extra time losses, but 4 more wins. So do you think a full season of Bruce Boudreau and Mikheyev and Kuzmenko and the others add up to 4 more wins? I think that's realistic. So remember, 44, 28, and 10. Now, 44, 28, and 10. I'm going to break it down even further. I'm going to say Demko gets 30 of those 44 wins and Martin gets 14 of them. And if that's the case, then Demko has to win 30. Let's say he plays 2/3 of the games. So that means Demko needs to win 30 of his 55 games. Outright win, and then he'll get some other points. 30 out of 55. That's realistic to me. That's barely 500. And then I think Martin has to win 14 of his 27, for instance. That's pretty much exactly 500. So that's how I break down my prediction, you guys. I say Demko wins 30, Martin wins 14. There's your 44 wins. The Canucks go 44, 28, and 10 for 98 points. And that is 16 games over 500. Good for third in the Pacific. So as I go to my mid-show sponsorship read now, I want you to start typing in what your predictions are. points. And do me a favor, if you can do the math, figure out their record too. They're in 82 games. Remember, I am saying right here, I'll put it right in the chat. I'm saying 48, 20, and 10 for 98 points. Third in the Pacific. So I would love to see what your predictions are. Why don't you start leaving them in the chat, and then we will get to some of them. All right, halfway point. Want to thank my sponsors, my lead sponsor, Van City Experts, Real Estate. Contact Jason Lim and his team for all of your real estate needs. Also, thank you to my secondary sponsor, Perform and Transform, personal training and weight loss. You can sign up now for a free 7-day trial. Use the link that's scrolling across your screen, performandtransform.ca/Canuck Clay, and Coach Patrick will take care of you. Thanks to Gassy Jack Art, maker of this fine artwork. Thank you to Monkey 9 Brewing, my eternal sponsor. And thank you to Vessi Footwear. Use the code Canuck Clay at checkout at vessi.ca and get $15 off any pair of shoes that you buy. So once again, thank you to all of my sponsors. And now's a good time to remind you to subscribe, to like this video, to donate, to gift memberships, and most importantly, to comment and get the conversation going. Let's see what you have come up with. Lucas says, I agree with Clay. We will make it in the playoffs. I like that. Riley, I see the top four being Calgary, Edmonton, Vegas, Seattle, and the bottom four, LA, Anaheim, Vancouver, and San Jose. Riley, love you, brother, but I don't see how Seattle gets in the top four. I really don't. But maybe you're onto something. Hockey fan, maybe the Canucks could get 100 points, possibly. I love it. In one sentence, hockey fan uses maybe, could, and possibly. So that's good. I guess you're being realistic. You're not definitively saying anything, but that's good. Fangirl, 98 points is my prediction. Same with you, Clay, with third in the Pacific. Okay, so we have the exact same prediction. Sky says third to fourth in the Pacific. I think we'll at least clinch a spot. That's fair. That's fair. Come on, guys. Let me see more numbers. I like the numbers, and I like it when you actually put out the wins, losses, and extra time losses. Like Sidhu, 100 points, 45, 27, and 10 for third in the Pacific. Yeah, so that's two more than me. One more win, one less loss. And the good math, 45 minus 27 is the 18 games over 500. 18 plus 82 is 100 points. Edmund says 101. Okay, so we're getting... Burn says 103. Man, every comment I read, it goes up even higher. Coach Rob says 99 points in third. That's fair. That's fair. Sharms, I'm confused about the entire cap thing we did this past weekend. Sharms, no problem. I actually talked about it in my stream last night, so I'm not going to go over it again tonight just because for the sake of time. And go to, if you're on Twitter, I retweeted, or just simply go to Canucks Army. They had an awesome post about it, breaking down exactly how they did it. So Sharms, make sure you check out the Canucks Army post. I think that's your best bet. Harry, I can see Calgary, Edmonton, Vancouver make it to top three. That's realistic. Riley says, I hope the Canucks do well this year, even though he pegged us a 6. What are your keys to victory against Edmonton tomorrow? Good offense, good defense, good goaltending. Truly. I think the defense especially has got to do their part, but the forwards got to help against McDavid and Draisaitl. Get a lot of pressure on net. Don't make a lot of mistakes. Stay disciplined. All those things. We can say that almost every game, but I think for tomorrow especially, you have to try and limit McDavid and Draisaitl as hard as that is. Hockey fan says between 98 and 106. That's fine, but I want you to be more specific there. Japan says 99. Carol says 46, 26, and 10. That's actually 102 points, Carol, but that's very close. Your guess of 100 points is very close. So you are going with a 102-point season. No, Sharms, don't apologize. You didn't know. If you weren't here, you wouldn't have known that I talked about it yesterday. So definitely don't apologize. Riley says, my Duck Huey says the top four is Vancouver, Vegas, Los Angeles, Calgary. I like your Duck Huey. That was good. Can Hoglander get a top 6 spot? Sky, I think it's going to be very hard because who's he going to beat out? There's Miller, there's Petey, there's Brock, there's Kuzmenko, there's Garland, there's Pearson, Podkolzin. I think all those guys are ahead of him. So it's going to be tough. I don't even know if Hoglander is going to be in the lineup, quite frankly, when Mikheyev comes back. Kuzmenko has at least 2 points every game this preseason. That's pretty impressive. So what does he have? 6 points or 4 points? 6 points? Did he play in 3 of the games? Hello, Harry. What do you think the final score tomorrow night is the Canucks face? Of course. I'm starting the season. It's got to be 4-2 Vancouver. And I'm going to keep saying that until it actually happens. We'll see how many games it takes this year. Fangirl, if we stay off the penalty kill, does that give a better chance? Yes, of course. Of course, Fangirl. Just think about what you're asking. If we take less penalties and if Edmonton gets fewer power plays, of course, that increases our chances of winning. Spencer, does Hammond have a spot after Mikheyev is back? I do think so. I think, because I don't think Hoglander is your prototypical fourth line player. So I don't think that Hammond, Lazar, or Joshua should be worried when Mikheyev comes back. I think it's going to be a Hoglander spot, quite frankly. Sidhu saying Sam got shut out twice. So I think he's saying in the games that he got points maybe. Harry, what is your favorite meal to get at McDonald's? If I had to pick one, it would be a quarter pounder with cheese meal with extra onions. Sam, Clay, I was at the Arizona game. Oh, why don't you find me and say hello? JT Miller, 47, 28, and 7 for 105. Okay, that doesn't add up actually. That adds up to 101. So, but we'll take that. 101 points, says JT Miller. Yes, Charms, the exact same start as last season, Edmonton and then Philly, correct? Justin, the Canucks will surprise all doubters with 47, 22, and 13 for 107. Wow. Or with their history Canucks that go 40, 28, and 14 for 94 and missed by a tiebreaker. Okay, so we have two drastic ends of the spectrum there, 107 or 94. I like your first one, Justin. Sam, and my dad told me that we were going the motioning after you did the giveaway wheel. I was in 107, row 15. Oh, that's nice. Those are good seats. So you're in the club section, actually. That's awesome. That's awesome. Glad you're there, Sam. Sky says, Hoglander, my second favorite after PD. Yeah, that's fine. And Hoglander's only entering his third year. He's still got a lot of time. I just don't know if he breaks the top 9, top 6. Edmund, what was your take on the two games played today? Didn't watch them, but I just know that obviously the Tampa Bay Rangers has two of the best goaltenders in the league. And then I was surprised by Vegas's firepower for sure. Shoutouts for Demko, I'd say 3, Martin 1. Favorite Canucks player of all time, Riley, is Roberto Luongo. No, don't apologize for asking, Harry. What did you ask? About McDonald's? No, I'm happy to answer that. Fangirl, who do you think will be leading the points getter on the team this season? I think it's going to be Petey. I think it's going to be close between Pettersson and Miller, but I think it's going to be Petey, actually. Sean, do you think Rathbone can take the next step this season? I sure hope so. He's the one player that I'm really hopeful for. I was hoping that both Rathbone and Kuzmenko would have an impact. It looks like Kuzmenko will. I hope Rathbone will be able to as well. Shannon, good try. 46, 22, and 13. That's not enough games, though. You're just off by 1. So let's say you went 46, 23, and 13. That's 23 games. That would be 105 points for a 46, 23, and 13 season. Spencer, would Hoglander not go down to the fourth line and maybe Joshua Hammond is sent down? I don't see that because I simply don't see Hoglander, like I said, as a prototypical fourth line player, but we'll see. We'll see. James, it's just wins times 2 points and then each OT loss is 1 point. Correct. OT or shootout loss. That is correct. Harry, I don't think you just alternate the goalies on the road, especially if there's not a lot of travel, which there isn't, and if there's at least 1 or 2 days between each game. So I do think you'll see Martin play 1 of the 5, but I don't think he'll play 2. Which Canuck gets the first hat trick? Ooh, might be Kuzmenko if PD continues to set him up. How long is the road trip to kick off the season? It is 5 games. Clay, you think who's better, Shesterkin or Vasilevsky? Vasilevsky just by a hair. Pat, Clay, has the Canucks honored you on the Jumbotron announcing your attendance in the building before? Celebrity says, no, I've been on the Jumbotron many times, sometimes as a fan, simply cheering where I am and they pan and I'm there. I have been, I cranked the siren once, last year as a season ticket holder. I've been doing the hype thing with Elon before the game, and they played my music videos on there before, and they've actually done one where they played a music video and then they cut to me in a box. So I have been on the Jumbotron, but never announcing a celebrity status, which I'm not, but only in my own head. Riley, Clay, have you ever seen a hockey moment in a game that made you laugh? Yeah, I've seen some funny things happen. None that stick out in my head, but more mistakes as opposed to something that's trying to be intentionally funny. But I was laughing a lot when the Sedin's Hall of Fame, their jersey retirement, because BXL was very funny. Tomorrow's game score, 4-2 Canucks, and goal scorers Kuzmenko, Petey, Miller, and Horvat. Let's say that. Kuzmenko or Petey can make a hat trick. I agree with that. Byrne need a good Demko, and defense to stop the Oilers. I agree. First goal will be Kuzmenko. Who gets the first home goal? Pedersen. I don't know. Were you shocked and surprised when Dickinson got traded? No, not shocked. Not surprised. I think the writing was on the wall. I'm a little bit surprised that they got something done so quickly. But I think the writing was on the wall when he lost his fourth line center spot. Top three in the Pacific. I'm going to say Canucks are number 3. And then take your pick, Edmonton and Calgary. If you could have any defenseman from the 94 Cup run in their prime, I would take probably Jyrki Lumme. He was really good on that team. Maybe Lumme? Oh, I see what you're saying is give an extra... No, it would be 47, 22, and 13. So you're saying give the extra number to the win, not the loss. Okay, that's fair. So 47, 22, and 13 would be 107 points. Would be a lot, but that's fine too. Shannon, anyone in the stream know another good coach like Bruce, as the Victoria Royals need a new coach? I think there are a lot of coaches out there, Shannon, but you won't get an NHL coach coaching the Victoria Royals. It'll be someone who's more on their way up. Yes, the Canucks have gone on a 5-game winning streak. I don't, as recently as last year. I think they won 6 or 7 when Boudreau took over. 20-0-62. That's amazing. Is this Furlan's last year? It is, Edmund. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, Sidhu. I caught that now. What would be my reaction if you were drafted by the Canucks, if you were a player? Yeah, I'd be fine. I think there's a bit of pressure for playing for your hometown, but I'd be happy. Pullman scores a goal first or Myers. I'm going Myers if I had to pick one of those two. Hockey fan, hopefully the Canucks have wins that they should have, like against Detroit and Buffalo. Yes, you got to beat the teams that you're supposed to beat for sure. Doug Lister, he was good. He was good, Jay. Clay, what do you think of the new players on our team? I think they're being great. They're improvements for sure. Who do you think is going to get the most points? I think it's going to be Pedersen. Is Riley going to be scratched? Who's Riley? Who's Riley? Let me know who Riley is. Oh, are you talking about Stillman? No, I think he's going to play. I think it might be Rathbone that gets scratched, but we'll see. It'll be one of those two guys. You got it, Justin. 4-2. 4-2. Oh, no, Oilers? Oh, I get it. Sorry, I'm a little bit slow. I'm still in preseason form, Justin. I got to wake up before tomorrow. That's right. There was that streak where I kept predicting. Was it when Boudreau came in? But there was a streak of a few games where I predicted the other team to win, and the Canucks kept winning. So then it became a thing for me where I remember this now. I would predict scores, and I would shake my head as I'm doing it. Like, tomorrow is going to be a 4-2 Oilers win. Yeah, but enough shenanigans. 4-2 Canucks. Lucas, $5 donation. Thank you, Lucas. Epic scoop on a yet-to-be-announced game. I think a lot of fans may like this one. Not going to say what it'll be, but should be fun. Very suspenseful. Very good. What do you think of Randeep Janda taking over Sportsnet 650 for Hirsch? I like Randeep a lot. I think he's pretty good. And he got some good experience doing a hockey night in Punjabi. So, yeah, good for him. Good for him. $82-0-0. Yeah, 164-point season. Amazing. Riley, you should visit Vancouver. It's the most beautiful city in the world. JDS, hey Clay, do you think they're going to going to Bruce is going to bring back the Canucks championship belt back? That's a good question. He said he wasn't even sure. He might come up with something new, but we'll see. Do I think Virtanen goes and plays overseas this season? Yes. I don't think he's going to get a job here in the NHL. No, Shannon, don't feel bad. No, you're only off by one, but a lot of people were off by even more than one. You're only off by one game. But what the joke was is you were short by one game, and I gave them an extra loss. But Sidhu was saying, why would you do that? Why don't you give the Canucks an extra win? No, your guess was very good. Sharms, do you think this is going to be Petey's best season in terms of point production? I do. I really think he's ready to step up for sure. Is Riley related to Corey? I believe it's his son. Not grandpa. Sharms, excited to see Lazar in the fourth line tomorrow. He's looked like a tank. Yeah, he tackled that guy in the Arizona game. I love Lazar's game. Skip, I've already asked, but your takeaway from Canucks preseason? No worries, Kel. Don't take away a lot because the veterans, I don't think, were trying that hard, and Kuzmenko looked really good. No, Shannon, Reaction Club was saying that I messed. No, he wasn't even saying I messed up. He was saying that I should have given, because your number was off by one, which is fine. No one's upset about that. And then what happened was he was saying that I should have given them an extra win instead of an extra loss. That's all that happened. It's not that he didn't like your numbers. He didn't like the way that I edited your numbers. Trust me. Don't worry about it. We're all good. Hockey fan, I think the Canucks will win 3-2 in a shootout. I like that. So Lucas is teasing his announcement, which is fine. JDS 5-2 Canucks over the Oilers. Okay, that's close to my 4-2. That's fine. James likes 4-3 regulation. I like these guesses. Do you think Nickelback is the new goal song this season? I do. And if you were watching Canucks After Dark last night, I was telling Parker that I like the song and I recognize it because it was the theme song for WWE Monday Night Raw for many, many years. Charms, very clever. Yeah, I can say it in that kind of context, but I'll never say it in deliberately throwing games. How many points will Horvat get this season? I say 64, 65, I think. Japan doesn't like Nickelback. Riley's doing pro wrestling training. That's pretty cool. Yeah, no, I don't think Sidhu would block Shannon, so I'm not sure why you guys aren't seeing each other's messages. That's kind of weird. How are the crowds after games at Rogers Arena? A lot of people leave at the same time. Yeah, typically it's quite a rush. If they lose, some people will leave a bit early. If they win, people like to stay until the end of 3 stars. But like with any big gathering, fangirl, people try and beat the crowd for sure. Justin says, "Burn It to the Ground" seems like a better goal song. What I've seen in the preseason. Yes, and there's a lot of haze and oohs, and it's chantable and singable for sure. Are the Emo Boys planning to pick up NHL 23? Haven't talked to them about it yet, Lucas, so I'm not sure. Any word on the Horvat extension? No news. It's just that all the experts are saying they are still far apart. Hockey fan, I've always wondered if Demko can try and score a goal. Maybe he should try if the opposite team goalie gets pulled. Yes, but you don't want to ice the puck unnecessarily and then give the other team, a face-off in your zone. Unless maybe if you're up by 2 or if you're shorthanded, but still kind of risky. I'm not sure if Demko's got the strongest puck handling compared to other goaltenders in the league, but it would sure be fun to see for sure. So friends, I'm going to wrap it there because I have to upload this and get to my church. So this is the one night where I can't go too long. So thank you everyone for being here. I appreciate you. Tomorrow night, you'll see an announcement. I thought it was going to come out today, but it sounds like it's going to be tomorrow. You'll see an announcement on social media, and I'll share it about a new initiative that I'm part of that might make me doing some live streams, some post-game live streams, not all of them, but some post-game live streams, but not on this channel, on another channel. So I will leave that with you to figure out before tomorrow, but I expect to see some announcements throughout the day tomorrow and then we'll see if the new initiative is already going tomorrow night. So I think I'm going to be part of a post-game live stream tomorrow night after the Oilers Canucks game, and then I will have time and energy to do my own show at 11 p.m. tomorrow night. So I hope you can join me for all of those things. Thank you to the moderators. Great job tonight. As always, I don't think you had to do anything, so which is a good night for us. Thank you to members, legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Just Incredible, legendary Andrew Chang. I think all three were here tonight. Also Hall of Fame and franchise members and new members as well. New franchise members, thanks to the generous donation of Just Incredible. Thank you also, Lucas, for your donations, and to Carol for your early donation as well. And so to the new members, welcome, and thank you as well to anyone who subscribed newly today as we continue to build towards 10K, or as I like to say, 10 Clay. Also sponsors, my lead sponsor, Advanced City Experts Real Estate, and my secondary sponsor, Perform and Transform, personal training, weight loss. Thanks to you guys as well. And finally, thanks to you for being here. I appreciate you. On your way out, make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you like this video. And if you're listening on the podcast, make sure you rate and review as well. So tomorrow night, once again, I will be on after the game on a channel that I can name tomorrow. I can announce tomorrow. And then at 11 p.m., I will be here for my regular nightly live stream. So enjoy the Canucks game. I'm predicting 4-2 with Hsmfangirl scoring the first goal of the season for the good guys. So as always, stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. And I have one question for you. If money doesn't grow on trees, then why do banks have branches? God bless, and go Canucks go. Booyah.